Okay, having talked about the simple or passing steps and the side or triangle steps, the next thing to ask is, are they related? Are they independent ways of moving, just two types of footwork, or are they part of the big picture? Let me show you what I think might be a big picture. So let's talk more generally now about movement. And in terms of movement, when we move, one way to think about it is simply that you're transferring weight from one foot to the other. Okay, so if you take that into your mind to think about this, let's look at all the possibilities then. If we say start on this leg, put our weight here, and let's look at all the different possibilities for where we can step. So using the terms that we just defined a little while ago, the passing step and the triangle step, let's look at these possibilities. If I do this, it's a pass, right? In fact, if I do this, also a pass. If I do this, also a pass. And if I keep going around on this black circle, these are all passes. Okay, so if I keep going around the circle, are they all passes? No, actually. So once I cross this line back here, once I get to here, do I want to do this? I could do that. But notice that on this side, I am close to this side of my opponent. And so it's natural to attack to this side. But once I cross this line, I'm actually on this side now. And if I want to attack this way, it's actually better to keep this shoulder forward and this foot forward. And so that actually lends itself more to the triangle steps. So from here, all the way around to here, we've basically accounted for passes on this side and triangles on this side. Now note, I'm not trying to do a triangle from here, right? This is just not easy or cool. So what about the space over here? So the pass and the triangle steps account for, I think, the majority of ways that you can move. But what about the space? If I don't want to move this way, can I move, say, this way? Now, this kind of footwork, if you know where to look for it, actually exists all over the place in the literature, and it exists as early as Dobringer and as late as Joachim Meyer. So, with that in mind, if I step here through any of these angles here, and put that with all the other places that I can step, that rounds out literally all the places that you can step in this model. Okay, now that we've talked about the different directions that we can move, which is basically any direction from where I'm standing in the center here, the next question is the radial distance from the center, how far I can step each time. So, so this black line here is about a walking pace, and certainly I can use that distance to define most of my low maintenance, easy movement. But there are certain times when, if I could actually do a little bit further, say to the silver line here, or a little bit closer in, if I don't need to move as far, I can certainly do that. So these are basically the two big parameters you want to play with when we're talking about movement. The direction, what direction you can move, and how far you can move with each step. Why is this important? Because it actually allows us to make connections to other things that you guys are perhaps more familiar with. So, for instance, let's take the gathered step, or the inverse advance for modern fencing. This movement. What is this? This, in fact, is actually a double triangle, if you think about it. Same foot lands as starts, shoulder, same ending as starting. So from here, as I do this, by our convention, this is double triangle. But what I'm not doing is I'm simply not adding any dimension to my triangle in this dimension here, and I'm adding a forward component. So rather than this, I don't add any dimension here, and I add some forward dimension here. So basically, this model that we have here covers literally any way that you can move. And why is this important? To me, it's useful as a teaching tool, but more importantly, from our research and interpretation perspective, what this really allows us to do is to look at all the possibilities when we're looking at an interpretive problem that is difficult to solve. particularly for the German tradition, when footwork descriptions are often scarce. And a lot of the time when we think there's probably footwork that they're not talking about, this, because it covers all the possibilities, can become a huge asset for us in terms of trying to figure out what other possibilities are out there that might help us figure out interpretive problems.